Hey guys, welcome! On today's Storytime vlog, I'm gonna be talking about some recent mistakes that I made that I had to pay up for. And I'm gonna show you that all of us YouTubers are just like all of you. We make mistakes too! Except when we do make mistakes, we can monetize them by talking about them in videos, benefiting more than if we had never made the mistake in the first place. Enjoy these first world problems! First expensive mistake was when I went on a trip to New York City in November. I don't know why, but that trip was bad luck for my Apple products. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know about this. First, when I was going to the Trump Hotel to do a vlog there, my AirPod Pro started acting weird. One side wouldn't charge no matter how long it was in the case. It just kept on getting hot. But luckily, I was close to an Apple store, and when I showed them the problem, they said that they would replace them for free. And how is that expensive? Well, to get a replacement, I had to replace the entire thing, which means I lose my very humble custom engraving. I could have gotten store credit instead and ordered it online again with the same engraving, but AirPod Pros were in high demand at the time, and it would have taken a month to ship to me. I was also staying with family in New York, so I needed noise cancellation at the time. So I gave up my custom engraving. Now I can't even get a new pair of the same engraving because Apple changed the custom engraving font and it's just ugly now. Why can't it only be in all caps? It's not a YouTube title. Then also in the Trump Hotel. Let's keep politics out of this, please. I was getting footage for the Trump Hotel vlog at the pool with my water-resistant iPhone X. After I went into the pool with it, the Face ID stopped working. It's trying to focus. Come on. Yep, not gonna work. I did reference that experience in my newest Moving On video on my main channel, if you've watched that. And then the Face ID stopped working when I threw it into another pool. Okay, maybe you don't throw that iPhone I make into any pool. I don't know if water got in or if I scratched up the sensor too much, but the Face ID was dead, no matter how many resets I tried. So I had to unlock it by typing in my passcode like a peasant. What is this? The 4th gen iPod Touch I had? Nope, it froze. Sorry I called you a 4th gen iPod Touch. Oh, there we go. So after 2 months of this savagery, I decided to upgrade to... Oh, god damn it. Maybe that's why the Face ID broke also. So after 2 months of this savagery, I decided to upgrade to the iPhone 11 when I wanted to wait for the iPhone 12. I mean, they're basically the same, except the Face ID works on this one. I do kinda miss 3D Touch, but the battery life and cameras are a nice improvement. But I probably would have waited for the iPhone 12 instead if the Face ID on this didn't stop working. But a huge positive was that Moving On video that came from this experience. So basically, this expensive mistake was pretty beneficial. Third mistake. I dropped my Nintendo Switch down some stairs. I was walking down the stairs with my Switch on top of a Monopoly for Millennials box. Don't ask. And it just slipped off. And before you ask, of course I have video of the incident. Why yes! I did say a no-no word in front of my mom, who's used to my stupidity. The only thing that happened from that tumble was one of my special edition Smash Bros. Joy-Cons rails fell off. That part was fine, it just had to be plugged back in. But one of the screw holes for the Joy-Con rail broke off. That would have been an expensive repair of $6. But luckily, I had some spare 4 parts Joy-Cons I was about to destroy for that Moving On video. And luckily, I was procrastinating with filming that video. So I just swapped back covers, and they look good as new. Fun fact, that was the 3rd time I broke these Joy-Cons. First time, I was at a friend's house, and I was bored, and I was flipping my Switch until I dropped it. The Joy-Cons flew off, and then they wouldn't lock into the Switch anymore. The second time was when I was trying to repair them from the first time, and then I broke off one of the connectors on the motherboard. That's where these Joy-Cons came from. I had to buy brand new ones to fix that problem. And they came in use again for the last problem. They will be remembered. Fourth mistake. What's the best way to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of me getting my Tesla? The best purchase I've ever made? By putting this lovely dent in it. How did that happen? Well, good thing I have video of that incident too. The cameras around the house aren't for security, but to catch my stupidity, so I can make content from it. So, what happened? Well, I was in a hurry, pulling out of my garage, looking behind me, and I wasn't watching my front end swing. I'm surprised I didn't crash like that sooner, because if someone else is parked in the driveway, I have to make an excessive amount of turns to get out, because the turning radius on the Model 3 is kinda bad. Usually, I don't have a problem with this, but at the time, my sister parked slightly in front of the garage, and I'm not blaming her for this. But again, I was in a hurry, and I had to get creative with my backing up maneuver. In the end, I just moved her car back a bit, and then I could easily get out, wasting more time than if I just did that first. I don't know if I'm gonna get this dent fixed though, but it's gonna be expensive if I do. I did try to cover up the paint that was scratched off with this $5 can of spray paint from Walmart, and it was the closest matching color they sold. I know that Tesla sells repair paint with the exact colors, but I'm not paying $55 for that amount of paint. The worst part of this was that my ex was watching. She was probably glad I left her. And finally, I saved my most embarrassing, expensive mistake for last. What could be more embarrassing than crashing my car at my own house? Well, I kinda spent $150 in Mario Kart Tour to get a certain character, and didn't. Yep, I wasn't lying when I said this in the newest Moving On video. But I know what you do with iPhone! How did you know I spent $150 in Mario Kart Tour and didn't even get the character I wanted? This vlog is basically a promotion for that video at this point. So, what character was I going for? Well, it was almost Christmas, so they had a reindeer version of Yoshi you could gamble for. When Nintendo came out with that variation of Yoshi last year, I was instantly fascinated by him. And I don't even know why. Make your educated guess in the comments down below.
I like that. Yeah. I just like it.
So when Nintendo brought him back again this year, this time as a playable character, I knew I had to get him. But I didn't have enough rubies, so I had to do the most heinous thing yet. Pay for currency in a free-to-play game. Apparently, Nintendo thought that even though I gambled away $150, I still couldn't have the grand prize. Level 20 account? Don't have him. I don't know what came over me. At the time he came out, I already stopped playing the game. I told myself, if I get this character, I would jump right back in. That didn't happen, and now I have PTSD every time I look at this app. So, I don't think I'm gonna get back into it. I just turned 21, so I can legally gain a gambling addiction somewhere else instead. I'm still feeling so pathetic for doing that. As I'm writing this video script, also now as I'm filming, and I will when I edit the video later. You think I'm lying? I wish I was lying. But instead of lying and saying I didn't do this, I'm gonna show you the receipts and screen recordings showing you in fact I did spend $150 for nothing. I don't know why I decided to show you all of that. Cause it would have been way better for you to believe I made up this story. I just gave proof on why I shouldn't be respected. You know how many months of 50GB iCloud storage I could have bought instead? So, what's the moral of this video? Don't make expensive mistakes. Unless you're a YouTuber so you can exploit your mistakes for YouTube revenue. Also, $150 for not getting the character I wanted in Mario Kart Tour is still more worth it than Life is Strange 2. Now there's a mistake I regret. And so with that, thank you guys for watching, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know why I said tomorrow, I meant later. Bye! He's the only thing I spent money for in this game. You owe me money!